ไม่มีสิทธิ์มาสอนผม
Hello everyone. Have you ever wondered why Thailand's air keep getting worse? Why our forests keep disappearing? And why it feels like ordinary people are suffering the most while the biggest polluters just walk away? Hello, my name is Piyatida and I am a candidate for this upcoming election. One of the issues that I care about the most is climate change and the lack of accountability for carbon emissions in Thailand. Right now, people who pollute the most pay nothing, but ordinary people pay the price with their health, their income, and their future. Now, I believe it's time for Thailand to take real action, that we need a mandatory carbon credit system. For those people who harm our planet must take the responsibility. But first, let me emphasize how severe this problem is and what action has Thailand already done to address this problem. Thailand is one of the most climate vulnerable countries in the world. That each year, we face more frequent and severe floods, droughts, heat waves, and air pollution. People's health is affected, the crops are damaged, and small businesses are struggling to keep up. But this year, January, has already been recorded as the hottest January in our history. And this shows that human-caused climate change is making the natural weather patterns more extreme and harder to predict. Also this year, Thailand Meteorological Department warns us that we will face an extremely heavy rainfall during August and September. And not only that, Thailand is also at risk of flash floods and rain bombs, especially in urban areas like Bangkok. And the expert explained that the climate change has already amplified these disasters, like hotter oceans, stronger storms, and more unpredictable rainfall. As a result, the quality of life of many people has been harshly affected, especially those in agriculture, due to unstable rainfall and also uncertainty in water management. Right now, we currently got some policy involving with this problem. Like Thailand has already set a long-term goal for carbon neutrality by 2050 and net zero greenhouse gas emission by 2065. And there are also some mechanisms like TVER or voluntary carbon credit system or the upcoming Climate Change Act that will be implemented in this year, which require only high-emitting companies to report and reduce their carbon footprint. Also, we have adopted Thailand taxonomy, helping financial institutions guide green investment. But here's the problem, that these policies are either voluntary, too slow, or lack enforcement. Many small businesses are still struggle to adapt due to lack of funding or awareness. And while big industry continue to burn fossil fuels, and we still don't have like a national carbon tax or a mandatory cap and trade system. So even with good intention, these policies are not enough to tackle with the climate emergency. So here's my proposal, that I propose that we should have a mandatory carbon credit system. And here I'll explain how it works. First, every company must report their carbon emissions. Second, if they go over national limits, they must buy carbon credits. And these carbon credits will come from people or businesses who helps reducing the carbon dioxide, like planting forests or switching to clean energy or green farming. And this will create the real market that the polluters will pay and the protectors will get paid. And there are some clear examples of how this theory would work that I'd like to mention. That this kind of law has already been implemented in other countries. For the European Union emissions trading system, that it is the world's largest cap and trade system since 2005, has already helped cut the emissions in key industry for more than 40%, and this proves how that mandatory carbon credit laws really drive the real change. With this policy, the farmers who grow sustainable forests can sell their credits and gain incomes. And for the people who launch green projects, will finally get support. And for the big polluters, they will have two options, either to clean up their act or they have to pay for the damage that they caused. When this works, this will work for everyone. That the planet will become healthier, the economy will grow greener, and Thailand could take a real step towards a future that's fair for both people and the planet. And it's more than just an environmental policy, it's a fairness, accountability, and economic justice.
Wow!
Climate change won't wait, and neither should we. It's time for Thailand to put real pressure on carbon, not just a promise. This law as a first step, and let's make this happen together for real. Thank you for your attention.